Hello everyone and welcome to ShopSaver's Milestone 2 Orbital video showcase. So in this video, what I will do is to simply run through with you the features that are currently implemented in the application, and just give a brief demo of how the application currently looks like. So let me just start the app right now. So this will be the main page in the sense of our application. The user can proceed to the login page by clicking on the Get Started feature. So over here, if the user has already signed up with an account and with an email and a password, they can just log in straight using the Firebase inbuilt authentication system, or they can go to create an account, which is what I'll be doing right now. So the user has to enter their username, email, and password. Currently, we do not have any validation put in place yet, but we are working on it. We also do not encourage the user to build a stronger password right now because we do not have any validation at the moment. So basically, we can just type maybe a three character password, and it will still allow us to continue on. But we'll be adding this validation in the future for our next milestone. So let me just create a brief demo example of an account first. So maybe let's say writer, maybe writer, and writer@gmail.com, and I'll just write password. So when I click on create account, what it will do is that it will create these account credentials inside the Firebase database itself. So next time the user can just use this to authenticate themselves into the application via the login page. So let me just create the account now. So after we have created the account, we'll be brought to the main page right here. We are not too sure on what to include for the home page yet, so it's kind of a work in progress. So for now, we have just done up the showing the tracking list as well as the search function right here. So maybe just let me continue on to the search function first. Okay, this sign up button is not supposed to be here, and we are going to put it inside another segment, but for demo purposes, let me just include a sign up button here so that later I can sign out of this to enter another account. So let me just enter, maybe search an item here, maybe let's say biscuits. And currently we can only search from Amazon, so that's what I'll be doing right now. So as I click on search, you will see that I'll be getting a list of items that are regarding biscuits. So as you can see, currently we only have the name, the price, as well as the URL, but we're working on probably adding more features in the future, such as having an image as well as the reviews. So when I click on go to item, what it will do is, it's a very simple page for now, but what we can do is to add the item to track. So what this means is that this is an item that the user wants to buy, but he or she perhaps feels that the price is too high now. So when they add the item to track, means that behind the scenes we can have another server running so that in the future when we see that these items have lower prices, then what it will do is to notify the user through Firebase Cloud Messaging. So let me just add the item to track now, and you'll get a notification if it's successful. So now if you go back to your list right here, you'll be able to see all the item that you have added. Because when we add the item, it will actually be loaded to the database. So let me just do another demo. So maybe let me just search another item here. Maybe let's say keyboards on Amazon. And likewise, you can see there we'll get a list of keyboards respectively. We can just maybe add it to the thing as well. So once again, when you go back and see your list, then you can see that it has the item right here. Currently, this is only functional for specific items, so those with the URL, and not the general ones whereby we just want a particular item in general, but we are not too concerned about the brand. So yeah, this is how it has been looking so far. And you can see that we indeed have the two items here. And one thing we have built in is that when the user quits the app, for example, and they go into the application again, they will actually be able to skip the login phase and just jump directly to the home page if they already have a session ongoing. So for example, when I go back when I just close the app right now, when I close the app and I go back to open up the app, then you can see that they will just jump right straight into the application itself. So they won't have to go through the whole tedious process of logging in again. So hopefully this will improve the user experience. Okay, so as you can see, let me just show logging out. I'll be brought back to the main page again. Then once again, if I sign with the email that I've entered. There you can see that I'm indeed brought back to my original page, whereby I have all the items that I'm currently tracking. So let's just create a new account right now for another demo purpose. Let me just create another account. Maybe let's say this time is correct, for example. The password is password123. And I create an account. So as you can see, we have another layout based on what the user has saved itself. So since this is a new user, obviously there wouldn't be any items yet. So for example, let's say I enter an item, maybe this time will be hamburgers, for example. And when I search, then I do get like a list of hamburgers, and I can add the item itself to be tracked. So yeah, when you go back and see the tracking list again, then you can see that there indeed is the item there. And then once we log out of this, we'll go back to our previous account. Writer, I believe it's called Writer. And once you log in, you can see that the items are different because this is associated with the user's credentials. So whatever that the user is currently tracking is based on the user's credential itself. So this item here will be associated with the user. So yeah, that's how our general application looks like now. And moving forward, what we'll do is to probably beautify this whole UI and add more features, as well as to build up the notification system, since that will be rather crucial. That is actually the API that we created using Python's Flask in order to get the product data from all the shopping platforms respectively. So currently we are only able to get Amazon ongoing for our application because we are still having some difficulties uploading it for other shopping platforms such as Shopee and Lazada. So we are working towards that, and we are confident that we can solve it. So for example, our API call is we will just search the item itself. So in this case, I was searching biscuits. And it might look like a chunk of words right now because it's just raw data that we've gotten from the website. So maybe let's say I can search for something else. So let's say keyboards. There you can see that we do indeed get back product data about keyboards. So this is how we actually get our data dynamically using our ShopSaver application itself. It's through this API call right here. And yeah, so we are working towards adding more features by having Shopee and Lazada as well. This is how our application looks like for now. Thanks for watching and have a great week ahead.